Budehaven, it's Mrs. Bardsley here. I'm just going to show you a bit of work to do with sprint starts and sprinting technique to help you in your athletics work. I'm going to use 2 Year 8 students to help me, as a lot of people who know me know I'm more slow twitch than fast twitch muscle fibres, and we'll go on to our lesson now. So here we have 2 Year 8 students. What we're going to do to start with is we're going to do a bit of a warm-up, because before any athletics work, especially sprinting, we need to make sure we've got the blood pumping all around our body so we don't pull any muscles. So Drew, Max, if you can just do a gentle jog to the red cone and back. Just gradually increase your speed this time, still not flat out, but starting to increase your speed so you're getting that blood going. And now I want you next time to skip there and back. So you skip. Brilliant. Driving forward, brilliant. Now some heel flicks behind you. So as you're going, just some heel flicks up towards your bottom. And next time we go, we'll do some high knees. So using your arms, some nice high knees. This is all just to increase the range of movement at our hip joint, but also to get that blood starting to pump around our bodies, so that we don't pull any muscles. So facing me, side steps. Keep your hips square, so your hips are facing forwards. Touching your ankles in the middle. Keep facing me. Touching your ankles in the middle. Brilliant. Well done. So what we're going to do now is look at stride length and how that makes a difference to sprinting. So Drew, Max, if you want to now go across towards the red cone with as few strides as you can, so the least number that you can, so real long stride lengths. Off you go. How did you get, guys?
7, 8.
Right, so let's try and reduce that if we can. Off you go. Still the same?
I got 8. I got 7.
Okay, oh, you reversed this time, well done. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at doing the most amounts of strides we can. So really small, fast strides. Again, we'll stop over at the red cone. As many as you can, off you go. Did you count them?
I think I got like 40.
Max?
Somewhere around.
Okay, so let's try and do even more this time. Off you go. Again, this is still warming them up, but we're starting to think about stride length. Okay, now just run like you would normally, a normal jogging pace there and back, and think about how your strides are different or the same as what you've just done. Off you go. Just run normally. What do you think? Long. Okay, now run a bit faster for me. Okay, so we're building up towards sprint, not flat out, so probably about 75%. Okay, and just have a think what your strides are doing now. Off you go. What do you notice then?
They got longer.
Shorter for Max? Longer, okay. So what you would have found with the stride one is that you would feel like it shortened a bit from the real long strides. But both of you there had real nice technique. But what I would say now, we need to look at arms, because there's a saying where your arms power your legs. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a go at running without any arms, just to have a feel of it, and I want you to tell me what it feels like. All right, just across the red cone. Off you go. What's it feel like?
Off balance.
Off balance? Do you feel like it's easy?
It's harder.
Hard, okay. Now I want you to run with straight arms. So from your elbow, okay, no bend, straight arms. Off you go. What's that feel like?
Easier. Slower.
Slower for you? Easier for you. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is have a slight bend at the elbow joint, okay, a slight bend, but I want you to have fists, so your hands make a fist. Slight bend at the elbow, hands make a fist. Off you go. Right, remember what that feels like. Now do the same again, but without a fist. Real gentle hands. Right, what feels nice?
Without the fist. Straight hand.
Without the fist. Why is that?
More aerodynamic.
More aerodynamic, so it feels like you're cutting through the air. And that we often say as teachers, slicing through butter. Okay, brilliant. Well done. Okay, so we've looked at our kind of arm side of things. We looked at our stride length. What I want you to think of now is what you're doing with your feet. And in sprinting, your best sprinters are really good at picking their feet up off the floor. They don't drag them along. So what I want you to do now is when you go in the sea and you're entering the sea and you're running into the sea, what do you do with your legs? Lift them up, okay? So you're bending and lifting them up. So as you're running across now, I want you to imagine that you're running through kind of shallowish water, just maybe just over your knees. What are you going to do to get through that water across there? Have a think as you go along. So you're running now about 70%, okay? Off you go. Right, so now keep lifting those feet up off the floor. No noise, right? Keep it real gentle, no dragging on the floor, okay? Right, brilliant. What I noticed then with Drew, you went back with your body, which a lot of people do, and when you sprint, people don't tend to lean back. So now we're looking at body position. So keep that core strong. Same again, use your arms, lifting those feet off the floor, but not leaning back, okay? 75%, off you go. Don't lean back. Okay, now sprint normally, go. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so what we're looking at there, and to summarise with the sprinting technique, you want to make sure that the trunk, your body, is facing forwards, as is your head. As soon as you start turning your head around, looking at other people, you're moving your body and then you're moving out of that line, and that's going to make you less aerodynamic and you're going to lose speed. The other thing is thinking about the arms. As Max and Drew showed you, your arms are there to help you. If you can use the power in your arms with a slight bend at the elbow and you're basically pivoting at the shoulder joint to get that power with the arms, a nice relaxed hands, not really tense, because that tenses your shoulders up and that restricts your movement. If you can just relax and keep that nice arm position, that will help you sprint as well. As you noticed with Drew then, he was leaning back sometimes, and that will put you off balance. So the idea is that you trunk your head faces forwards and you keep that balance slightly forwards as you power into the sprint. In terms of your knees and your feet, they need to be picked up. You don't want to drag them along the floor, otherwise it makes it quite heavy. So you need to lift and pick up those knees and your feet off the floor so you're quite light. And it's quite fast, light movements all the way across. Okay, nothing heavy about it. You've got to think light. All right, so that's a bit of technique work with the sprint. What we're going to look at now is sprint starts. So we'll go on to that. See you in a bit.